Hey guys, Danny here at Partay. Can you smell that? Yeah. Desperation, all in the air. So, what am I talking about? Well, for those who have seen that little 40-inch Black Widow panel, which has been brought out before, it's the really small hotspot cookie cutter panel. Um, Done a couple of displays with that, trying to behoove people into believing that it's some new technology that he's got and it's only at 1%. These things always start out at 1%, jump to 5 or 10, and then they're 100% overnight. Um, but the funny part was subsequent to that, he brought out that 80-inch Phantom panel trying to pass it off as a Black Widow when it was very easy to see that screen was much lighter in color. Um, Personally, I think that the Black Widow 40-inch panel is nothing but just black paint that he's able to shoot about 4,000, 4,300 lumens at 40-inch. Keep in mind, folks, and it spots like a Dickens. Um, but it's just desperation. I'm going to clarify a couple of things too that have kind of come out. Now you guys have heard over and over and over again about the routines. The routines is about every other month. You get a new product that comes out because the old one just ain't cutting it no more. In sales volume is really what that boils down to. Because if you're selling a lot of something, you're not going to obsolete it. And you can come up with excuses. Oh, well, I made this one's much better than the last one. All I would say to that, folks, is go back, look at the stuff he was showing you 5 years ago, and tell me where's the difference between the black screens he was showing 5 years ago and the stuff he's showing now. Nothing. Even the language has not changed. He's a little more thuggish in the way that he talks now, but the script is pretty much the same thing over and over and over again. But I'm going to clarify a couple of things. So here was some stuff. He likes to talk about this mystery white dust, the proprietary stuff. Now, I've always made the statement, and I'll continue to make that statement, that this guy has done nothing but he's not just a fraud, he's a thief. He steals ideas from other people because he has none on his own. He tells you all of them come from God. God doesn't steal these things from other people. So you need to keep that in mind. But that glass dust, for one, it's been around for people have been trying to use that for a number of years. It's problematic in that you're trying to get uniform distribution of that in a mix. You would have to have a very viscous mix for that to happen. That's generally going to leave some lines. The more viscous your material, the more roll lines you're going to end up having in your screen. And even if it's viscous enough, it's still problematic in getting even distribution. On top of that, because a lot of it's going to be buried in the paint, it really doesn't do anything. Even if you get a little bit of transmission in there, it may enhance the brightness like just a smidge, but not enough to really make it worth it. And ultimately, any that lands on the surface just causes a bunch of refraction and diffusion, which is going to do nothing but make it a more Lambertian screen, meaning that as soon as you flip on some lights, it's going to start to wash out. So those are just considerations, right? But I'll add to that, here a while back, he was doing some research online. He was looking for different paints to order, and he was looking at ProScreen, I think was the name of the company, and they had as a subline in there that it includes a packet of glass dust for you to add. And we saw him do that with the ProScreen stuff, and since then, he's tried the glass dust, which he's tried it before then. So the difference being that he's always lifted these things from other people. I give you another example. Just the other day, I did like a 30-second video. The title of the upload is How to Make a Fraud Stutter. And that was showing this screen, Sirius B. And it was the next day, I think, or the following day, the Black Widow emerged. So it's just a feeble attempt, a desperate attempt for a drama queen. And I say that because, look, I got a 6-year-old niece who sits on the steps whenever she gets angry. She rolls her eyes and she'll do a lot of this. Sound familiar? And you'll hear that throughout his videos, right? But that's what it is. It's all drama. It's all a circus freak show over there because it's not even really a product. It's just some concoction put together to try to behoove people, staged and videoed in a certain way with exposure settings to try to make you feel like this is a great product. Yet, when people get it, they're pissed. And then they reach out, he won't give them a refund, and there's videos out there where he's just going off on customers because they want a refund. Now, word on the street is that he hadn't sold anything since Christmas. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I know he's not selling much of anything. Otherwise, his whole format would be different. See, he's more focused. He tells you that he's not really focused on, he's focused on certifieds. He's going to be focused on certifieds. Yet, most of his conversation still revolves around Crow and I. Well, there's a reason for that. Here's the thing. I'm telling you information, but you're not hearing me angry. I'm not angry because he can't touch me. We're in a position now where I can sit and I can highlight all the things that he does and says that are wrong. Here's another one. In one of his recent videos, he was telling people, do not paint on a spandex PVC surface like tarp. Now, for a lot of people, they would think, well, okay, that's not, that wouldn't really stand out for them. They just think, okay, I won't paint a tarp or, won't paint on PVC spandex. Okay, there is no such thing as spandex PVC or PVC spandex. All right. Your tarps are made out of polyethylene. It's a PET type formula, much in the way of like your plastic Coke bottles, things like that, right? Spandex is a completely different animal. It is made of generally around 60 to 80 or more percent of polyurethane. Totally different polymer from the PET. PVC is polyvinyl chloride, which is, again, another very different polymer. And most of these have subclasses underneath them. For example, PVC. Most men will think of plumbing material whenever you mention PVC, right? Because you got PVC, CPVC, stuff like that. But the PVC that your screens are made of are just a different formula in the polyvinyl chloride family. Okay? It's more flexible. Doesn't really have always a lot of stretch to it, but it is very soft and flexible. And that's what most of your screens out there are made from. Yet in that one statement, he got the whole damn statement wrong. Why? Because he doesn't know his materials. He likes to say that we're stupid, we hadn't been out here long enough, he's been in this gig for 12 years, he's an expert, and we don't know anything. Yet I'm having to constantly correct the information that he puts out there. Well, I say I have to. I enjoy constantly correcting the information that he puts out there because it's wrong. Empirically wrong. That scent's getting heavier in the air. I can smell it now. All right, guys. So I'll let it go at that. But that's why when you hear me say, we're not worried. And I mean that. There's no fear. As a matter of fact, he's still putting out challenges on a constant basis where the one true challenge, and I don't think there's anybody out there that could disagree with this. And if you did, you would have a really tough time convincing others that you're right. Because the ultimate challenge is send your product, I'll send my product for an independent review by someone, say, like Projector Central, which is a respected and reputable company. I'll even cough up the coin to get a notary there to make sure that everything's done up and up. Which, with Projector Central, come on. Why would they don't have a dog in the hunt. They're just going to do the review. But Crystal Edge will never take part in that. They're never going to do anything outside of his house or his basement, because once you get outside of there, he can't control things. He can't control the way that it's videoed. He can't control what's said and how it's positioned. And it would be the death knell for him, because it would be published, it would be widely known, and he's done. He knows this. That's why he runs from that challenge. Maybe I'll start my own little wall thing called the chicken run. The number of times that you run from that challenge. So we're at 3 now. Maybe I'll put it out. So here's another one. This will be number 4. Will you take that independent review challenge when you get your Black Widow to 100%? And I'll send Series B or Series A, whichever, to go head to head with you in that kind of review. Will you accept? Now, folks, he's not going to. And if he does, hey, good. I know how it's going to end, but it's done. I've seen the Phantom. I know what this is. I have the full purchase exchange and exchange of communication between me and my aunt that I'm getting snapshots of and ready to show that, this was, hey, he won't sell it to me. Will you order it? I've got the purchase orders that she sent me snapshots of. And then from there, you have the video that shows that she had put it in a box. I opened the box. The box that he had shipped it in was completely unopened. And we unopened it, did a review right there with the panel never leaving sight until it got into the room for review. Didn't leave sight then, right? We showed you immediately up front what the Phantom looked like. Anybody who would deny any of that, I've got the full thread. I can show every step of the way, even the conversations whenever he was delaying his shipping because he was afraid that maybe one of them would make its way to me. And it did. I told you I'd get it. I always make good on my word, bird. So you keep spinning your same old lame-o cancellation narrative. Put my name at the top 10 positions on all your blacklist. I could care less, because I'm going to keep succeeding. Not just me. Keep in mind, we're incorporated. So right now we have 3 executives on there, about to be 5. We're going to have to change our articles of incorporation. Along with business stuff, I'd also say, Ken, something you need to consider. We've added and updated, we've updated our terms and conditions for purchase. So you might want to read that. Because I'm setting a trot line and I'm going to catch me a big old catfish in 2022. All right, with that, guys, what we're going to say is that Jason, we had some family delays due to a family member passing. Jason's mother had passed, and the whole family kind of shot up to Chicago for a number of days, and they're all back now. Kelly just wanted to make sure her father was in good shape. But everybody's back. We're going to start this weekend on creating the samples, and hopefully we'll have more information for that by maybe Monday at the latest. And we will talk to you guys soon. You guys take care.